I think it would be pretty good, considering that a lot of teenagers tend to, have sex during this time. So it can prevent a lot of pregnancies.
I feel like it's probably not the best idea. Could potentially encourage a little bit more irresponsibility than we might want with teenagers and their activities that are a little premature, especially for 15. That seems a little young, I think. 17 maybe is a little bit more sense, but 15, I don't think so.
I really don't feel that it's ethical, because my main take is if you decide that you're going to play around, then you should be able to deal with the consequences.
I'm a mom, and I feel like I probably wouldn't like the idea of my daughter being able to purchase a morning after pill without my consent or knowledge.
That's some reaction earlier today in Queens. Now, the morning after pill for 15-year-olds, reactions, as you saw right there, have been mixed. Dominic, tell everybody why this isn't a debate here just for a debate. This is going on now.
It sure is. One morning after pill now added to the number of options available to young teenagers. And though this move has its supporters, there's also been pushback. Easier access to emergency contraception. The FDA lowering the age requirement, announcing anyone 15 or older can buy the morning after pill over the counter at drugstores. No prescription, parental permission, or doctor's note needed.
It shows an alarming lack of concern for the safety of young girls and the fundamental rights of parents.
The new rule only applies to the Plan B one-step brand of morning after pill and requires customers to provide proof of age at the checkout counter, prompting more concerns from advocates and doctors.
I think it's a positive step that the age was lowered to age 15, but there's still major barriers. How many 15-year-olds truly have proof that they're 15?
And the decision to lower the age limit from 17 to 15 falls short of a court order set to take effect on Monday, requiring that all brands of emergency contraception be available over the counter to all ages.
It is frustrating because this case has been going on for over 10 years. And one of the things that the federal judge said was that the FDA had delayed and dragged its feet for years and years and years. And so unfortunately, this is another delay.
Richard, the FDA says this decision is not meant to address the judge's ruling, and with the clock ticking, it's still unclear how the agency will respond.
All right, let's leave the court out of it document and just get from a dad's perspective.
Oh,
you comfortable with this?
Well, I honestly was thinking about this, and my daughter, 24, she's a mom now, but somehow I just don't see my 15-year-old daughter being able to go to the drugstore and buy this. I mean, the option should be there because kids are having sex. These babies are popping up. They're having sex at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, but I just don't see it personally. So maybe that makes me a hypocrite. I don't know. I just don't see it.
I mean, I think it is a really nuanced issue. I mean, in a perfect world, you'd want kids to be able to go to their parents if, God forbid, something happened and have them get it for them, but we know that's not reality. I mean, I think the problem with Plan B is that, not so much from a health perspective, but from a health perspective of unprotected sex, and it encourages, instead of just using a protection in the first place that protects you from STDs, which is a major health issue, that this is a quick fix. And I don't think we should be promoting that and making that really easy, but you want it to be available.
Between bad and worse options.
Right, I know, and I think it's better
and then they have an abortion down the line, and people don't want. I don't know, Evan. You know what? I'm a across-the-board supporter in reproductive rights and choices, but if I had to vote, I'd support this. But I also know, as a dad with a daughter, I'd like to be part of the conversation. And I know each individual, you can't make laws that way, but it's a tough one.
Yeah, my opinion admittedly matters less here. I'm not a dad, I'm not a woman. So this is like a small, just a grain of salt here. Look, I agreed with the White House. They wanted to make it 17. That just on the face of it sounds a lot more practical. Also, there's this logistical problem where 15-year-olds don't have ID. So how do you prove it? Probably not a lot of 15-year-olds walking into their local pharmacy for it. But look, the key is education, right? The key is making sure that both parents and kids.
Don't go there. Stop
No,
it. I'm saying
it is.
you.
That is the key.
Do you support this? Yes or no at 15?
No. I mean, my visceral reaction is no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Well, and in New York City schools, they're handing this out to kids, which I think is absurd because you can't even get an aspirin as a child without having written permission, and they're giving
Jessica,
this out.
But are they having sex at age 12?
I don't know. I hope not, but
I know
don't
you know what time
I
it is.
certainly wasn't.
I mean, I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
I look at you breaking on 10. I mean,
I
what are you
know,
trying?
I'm
How
like,
much answer are you trying to give me,
I
man?
almost fell off my seat here.
Richard, you know some of
I
these
don't know
kids.
10. No, I don't
Some
know
of these
10.
kids
No,
are
I don't
having
know
sex.
10.
Let's talk about something else. I agree with you.
I don't hear any of this. We'll be right back. Stay with us.